Good morning children. I hope you all are doing well. In the last video we have started a new chapter, that is chapter number 4, fractions. We have completed exercise 1. We have covered introduction to fractions and type of fractions topic there. Now in this video we are going to see exercise number 2 and 3 along with some new topics. So students, be ready with your textbooks and open exercise number 2. You will see there first question. Fill in the boxes to make equivalent fractions. A new topic students, equivalent fractions. Now what do you mean by equivalent fractions? The name itself shows equal. Okay, equivalent fractions means those fractions which are equal to each other. Now let us see one example, then it will be more clear. So question number first point I am explaining. Here it is written 2 by 3. This is the sign of equal to, means this side is equals to this side. How? Let us see. See students, here 3 is written, which is equals to 9. So how we are going to get 9 students? See, for equivalent fraction we have to do two operations. Either we will do multiplication or we will be doing division. So here you tell me, what should I multiply with 3 to get 9? 3 3s are 9. So for sure this is clear that here I have multiplied the denominator 3 with 3 to get the denominator as 9. Clear students? Now this is the rule. If for a fraction you are multiplying it with a multiple in the denominator, with the same multiple you have to multiply it with the numerator also. So here also I am going to write 3, means I will be multiplying 3 both with the numerator as well as denominator. Now students, 2 3s are 6. So here I am going to write 6. Now see, 3 3s are 9, 2 3s are 6. Now I can say that 2 by 3 is equal to 6 by 9. If they are equal means they should be same, na? How students, look, 6 and 9, are they coming in 2's table? No. In 6 comes in 2's table, but 9 doesn't come in 2's table. So we are not going to take 2. Let us take 3. 6 also comes in 3's table and 9 also comes in 3's table. How many times? 3 2s are 6. Here see, 2 is already written. Then 3 3s are 9. Means if I will cancel 6 by 9, again I am going to get 2 by 3 only. So that's why we call this as equivalent fraction. Okay students, let us see one more question. Here 3 by 5 is equals to 5 and a blank is given. Now students, again I will write it like this. Okay, sorry, by mistake here it is written 5. It is 15 given in your textbook. Question is given in your textbook. Okay, it is like this. So now tell, here you are getting the numerator as 15. With which number 3 is multiplied to get 15? Very simple students. 3 5s are 15. That means here I will multiply 3 with 5, I will get 15. Now with the same number 5 we are going to multiply denominator also students. 5 5s are 25. So my final answer is 15 upon 25. Clear? Okay, see point. 4 by 7 is equals to 16 upon dash. What is the question students? You have to give the equivalent fraction. So what to look? See here, numerator 4, here numerator 16, and they are equal. So you have to think which number we have to multiply with 4 to get 16. How much you are going to multiply 4? So write like this, 4 into 4. And this is the rule. If you are multiplying the numerator with a multiple, same multiple you have to multiply with denominator also. So here also I will write 4. Now see, 4 4s are 16, 7 4s are 28. So here my answer will be 28. And when you will cancel 16 and 28 with 4, okay, when you will divide 16 and 28 both with 4, you are going to get the same fraction, 4 by 7. That's why they are called equivalent fractions. Okay, point number D students. Now here, now I think it is clear to you, na? Here 12 is written, here 36 is written. We are talking about equivalent fraction. So what I shall multiply with 12 to get 36 students? We have to multiply 3. 12 3s are 36. So here I will write like this, 7 by 12 into, the denominator is being multiplied with 3, same number you are going to multiply with the numerator also. Then 7 3s are 21, then 12 3s are 36. So here in blank I am going to write 21. Clear? Then after D point I am explaining G point students. Now again equivalent fraction only. Now here you can see the numerator is 6 but here it is 3. So is it possible that we will be multiplying something with 6 to get 3? No, it is not possible. Na? What I told you in the beginning, either you can multiply or you can divide to get equivalent fraction. By observing this, it is clear that here you can't multiply but you are going to divide. So with which number I shall divide 6? So quotient will be 3 students. 2 3s are 6. Means here 6 will be divided with 2. Then the quotient will be 3. Look students, here I will write 6 by 10. Then here I will divide it with 2. Again same rule, if you are multiplying or dividing a number with the numerator, same operation and same number you are going to take for denominator also. Now see, 6 divided by 2 will get 3. Then 10 divided by 2 will get 5. So means here my answer will be 3 by 5. When you will cancel 6 and 10 with 2, you will get 2 3s are 6, 2 5s are 10. Clear? Okay, one more point, 15 upon 25. Now again this denominator is a greater number and here the equivalent fraction, the denominator is small. So that means it is clear that here we can't multiply something with 25 to get 5, but we can divide. So with which number I shall divide 25 to get 5? You know that 25 will be divided with 5. 5 5s are 25. In the same manner 15 will again be divided with 5 students. Okay, numerator and denominator both here are divided with 5. So when I will divide 15 by 5, I will get 3 upon 5. So this is your question number 1 where we have found out the equivalent fractions. Clear students? Okay, now here point number C and point number E will, C I have told na. Then point number E and point number F will be your homework students. You are going to do that, and other questions you can simply practice. Let us see question number 2 students. Write equivalent fractions for the following. In bracket it is mentioned first 5. Very simple students. Always remember, in question you will be given with a fraction and you will be asked to find its equivalent fractions. What you have to do, you can simply multiply it with the same multiple to the numerator and denominator. What I am saying, let us see. Okay, here I have to give the equivalent fraction for first 5 equivalent fractions for 3 by 5. Look what I will do. I will take this 3 by 5 and I will multiply it with 2. Okay, I am multiplying it with 2. 3 2s are 6, 5 2s are 10. In the same manner, go on taking the next natural numbers and multiply. 3 3s are, then 4s are, then 5s are, 1 2 3 4, one more we have to give, 6 are. Okay students, now same fraction we have multiplied with same numbers in the numerator and denominator. So whatever result you are obtaining, whatever fraction you are obtaining, that is equivalent fraction. So here 3 3s are 9, 5 3s are 15. Okay, 3 4s are 12, 5 4s are 20, 3 5s are 15, 5 5s are 25. 3 6 are 18, 5 6 are 30. See, like this we find equivalent fractions. And students, one more thing, when you will cancel this fractions, you are going to get 3 by 5 only. Okay, suppose 9 by 15, in which table both the numbers come? In 3's table. Okay, let us divide 9 with 3. 3 3s are 9, you will get 3. 15 by 3, you will get 5. See, 3 by 5. For every fraction when we will solve it, you are going to get 3 by 5 only. That's why these all are equivalent fractions. Let us see one more question. We have to give first 5 equivalent fractions for 8 by 11. Let us see how, students. So again, what I shall do? See, you can, for equivalent fraction, you can multiply it with any number. I can multiply it with 10 upon 10 or I can multiply it with 12 upon 12. Okay, but here the condition is you have to give first 5 multiple. First 5 multiple means lines आपको start करना है 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are first 5 multiples. Okay students. So here again same thing. Multiply it with 2, then multiply it with 3, then 8 upon 11 into 4, then 8 upon 11 into 5, then 8 upon 11 into 6. Okay students, let us write 8 2s are 16, 11 2s are 22, 8 3s are 24, 11 3s are 33, 8 4s are 32, 11 4s are 44, 8 5s are 40, 11 5s are 55, then 8 6s are 48, 11 6s are 66. So these are the equivalent fractions for 8 by 11 students. I hope both the questions are clear to you. Then point number C and D will be your homework. Simply multiply it with the same number, add in with to the numerator and denominator, you will get its equivalent fraction. With this we have completed exercise 2 students. Now let us start exercise number 3. Note it down and be ready with exercise 3. So students, before starting exercise number 3, let us make clear some of the points. So in this exercise basically we will be doing the comparison. Okay, there are two types of comparisons for fractions. First one is comparison between like fractions. You know na what is like fraction? The fractions which are having the same denominators are like fractions. And there is one more comparison where we compare fractions with different denominators. Okay, that concept we will be clearing before exercise number 4. For exercise 3 we just need the knowledge how to compare like fractions. Okay students, so let us see exercise 3rd, question number 1. It is compare the following fractions and put the sign greater than, less than or equal to. So what you are going to compare here? You are going to compare fractions. Let us see how students. You can see first point here 3 by 5, then a dash is given and 1 by 5 is written. First of all, denominator is 5, that means for both the fractions same denominator 5, that means they are like fractions. Now how to tell which one is greater students? Always remember, whenever comparing the like fractions where the denominators are same, then you have to observe the numerators. The fraction with greater numerator will be the greatest fraction. So here 3 by 5 and here 1 by 5, which numerator is greater? It is greater for 3 by 5. Clear students? So easy. Here again see denominators are same, 7 and 7. So that means this is a like, these two are like fractions. So observe the numerator. Here it is 8, here it is 9. Which one is greater? This one. So this fraction will be greater. Okay students, now come here 3 by 2, 5 by 6. Here the denominators are different students, as well as the numerators are also different. Okay, in some cases numerators will be same. Such fraction is also like fraction, and there how you are going to decide which one is greater and smaller, that also we are going to see. But for now see here, they are unlike fractions na, but only two fractions are given. So when you are having two unlike fractions and you have to tell which one is greater or smaller, there is one trick. You are going to cross multiply it. Cross multiply means this to this and this to this. Look how I will cross multiply them. I'll multiply 3 with 6 and I'll multiply 5 with 2. How much is the result students? 3 6 are 18, 2 5s are or 5 2s are 10. So students, which one is greater? 18 is greater or 10 is greater? 18 is greater na? And how I got 18? 3 into 6 is 18. That means you are simply going to put this as greater. Clear students? As here the product, when I cross multiplied it, the result for 3 into 6 was greater. So that's why here I have written the greater sign with 3. Okay students? So this is also one of the method. Now look at point number D. Here the numerators are same but the denominators are different. Okay. So student, in such case what you are going to do is, here you have to, when the numerators are same, again I am repeating, when the numerators are same and the denominators are different, and you have to compare them. So that fraction where the denominator is the smallest, that fraction where the denominator is the smallest will be greater. Always remember this. When we have to use this trick? When the denominators are same and when the numerators are same and denominators are different, and you have to compare. So always go with that denominator which one is smaller. That total fraction will be greater. Okay. Now look here, here simple denominators same 7 7, go with the numerator, 5 is greater. So 5 by 7 is the greater fraction. Here 5 by 9, 5 by 11. Can you answer? Here the numerators are same. So which trick you are going to use? That fraction will be greater which has the smallest denominator. That means 5 by 9 will be greater. Clear students? Then rest of the points you can do as homework. Then let us see question number 2 here students. Okay, point number 2 we are going to see. Write the following fractions in ascending order. So students, here you are asked to arrange the fractions in ascending order. All the fractions will be like fractions. Okay, you are going to compare the like fractions only. And for question 1 you already know how to compare the like fractions. What you are going to do? If the denominators are same, see the numerators, okay, and arrange the ascending order. How to arrange? From smallest to greatest, okay. You are going to arrange the numerators, you are going to arrange the fractions according to their numerators. The smallest numerators fraction you are going to write first, and at last the fraction with greatest numerator we are going to write. Let us see how. Here I have already written the question. Point number A, 3 by 5, 2 by 5, 1 by 5, 4 by 5. All the denominators are same. We are going to arrange them in ascending order. For ascending order, we will be writing the smallest fraction first. So here the smallest numerator is 1 by 5. So students, here I will write 1 by 5. Then 2 by 5. Then 3 by 5. Then 4 by 5. I hope it is clear to you. Point number B. Again the denominators are same. Go for the numerator. Smallest numerator is 3. So I will write 3 upon 11. Then numerator after it 6 by 11. Then 8 by 11. Then 9 by 11. Okay students, point number C. Here the numerators are same. Then you have to arrange in ascending order by using the denominators. Just in question number 1 I told you that that fraction which has when the numerators are same, when the numerators are same and you have to compare the fractions using denominator, then the smallest denominator will be the greatest fractions. So that means here which is the smallest fraction, smallest denominator 9. So students, 7 by 9 is my greatest fraction, okay. उससे थोड़ा सा बड़ा 7 by 11, then 7 by 12, then 7 by 13. That means here the smallest fraction is 7 by 13, okay. Then 7 by 12, then 7 by 11, then 7 by 9. Clear students? Okay, so we have arranged the point number C also in ascending order. Here the numerators were same, so we have to compare using the denominators, and when the numerators are same, the denominator which is the smallest will be the greatest. That's why the smallest denominator we have written at last, because it is the greatest fraction. Okay students, now note this down, and then we will be seeing question number 3. Write the following fractions in descending order, and same method we are going to do. For descending order we have to arrange from greatest to smallest, but again you have to arrange for like fractions only. So note it down. So students, question number 3 is write the following fractions in descending order. So let us see how to arrange it in descending order. For descending order we are going to arrange from greatest to smallest. So here we can see the denominators are same, then we have to see the numerators and we have to decide greatest to smallest. So which is the greatest denominator here? 8 by 11. So I will write here, sorry, greatest numerator is 8. So 8 by 11, then 7 by 11, then 4 by 11, and the smallest fraction is 3 by 11 because it has the smallest numerator, that is 3. Okay, now let us arrange this. So here again like fractions with denominator 17. So by observing numerator you can arrange it from greatest fraction to smallest fraction. Which is the greatest fraction here? It is 9 upon 17, then 8 upon 17, then 3 upon 17, and at last the smallest fraction which is 1 upon 17. Clear students? Now point number C, you can see here the numerators are same. Then we have to arrange it using the denominators, and we know that such fractions, such like fractions where the numerators are same but denominators are different, then the smallest the denominator, the greatest will be the fraction. Okay, so here find for the smallest denominator 5, 8, 7, 4, yeah 4. So this 3 by 4 will be the greatest fraction, then 3 by 5, then 3 by 7, and then 3 by 8. Okay, so we have arranged the given fractions into descending order. Rest of the questions you can do by yourself. Then question number 4 students are again with a new topic. Reduce the following fractions to their lowest terms. Okay, this is very simple, but again for this you should know the tables very clearly. Then only you can convert or reduce the fraction to its simplest form or lowest term. What does it mean? I'll explain you with one question itself. So reduce to lowest term, first question I have written 12 by 16. Students, to reduce it to lowest term means you have to solve them until that limit where the common factor between them will be 1 only. Okay. Now 12 and 16 share many common factors, na? So let us divide it with a common factor. So let us divide it with 2, students. So here I'll write divide, let us divide it with 2. What I'll get? 2 6 are 12, 2 8s are 16. Okay, 2 6 are 12, 2 8s are 16. I got 6 by 8. Then again you can divide it with some other factor. So again I'll be dividing it with 2. Then what I'll get? 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8. Okay students, now I am getting 3 by 4. Now you only tell me what will be the common factor for 3 and 4 both. It is only 1. Okay, no other factor can divide 3 and 4, means 3 and 4 are not coming in any other table except 1. So that means now this 12 by 16 is converted or reduced to lowest term, which is equals to 3 upon 4. Clear students? Okay, see here 12 and 16 can directly be divided with the highest common factor. With which number 12 and 16 what is the common factor between 12 and 16? Highest common factor? It is 4 students. 4 3s are 12, 4 4s are 16. मैंने आपको ये समझाने के लिए अलग अलग से डिवाइड करके दिखाया है. अदरवाइज यू कैन डिवाइड डायरेक्टली विद हाईएस्ट कॉमन फैक्टर इफ यू नो द टेबल्स. ओके, लेट अस सी 36 and 44. Many common factors are there for 36 and 44 na. 2, then 3, then they will also come in 4's table, then in 6's table. Many common factors are there, but I know the highest common factor by which I can divide 36 and 48 both. So directly I am dividing it with 12. Okay students, so what I'll get? 12 3s are 36, 12 4s are 48. Say I got 3 by 4. This is the lowest term for 36 by 48. Again 20 by 25. What is the common factor that can divide 20 and 25 both? So let us divide it with 5. What you will get? 5 4s are 20, 5 5s are 25. For 32 and 48, let us divide it with 8. 8 4s are 32, 8 6 are 48. Okay, 8 4s are 32, 8 6 are 48. But again 4 and 6 share common factor except 1 also. So let us divide it with another common factor. So it will be divided with 2. So what you will get? 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6. 2 by 3 is the lowest form for 32 by 48. Okay, 24 and 36 directly divided with 12. So students, 12 2s are 24. 12 3s are 36. 12 2s are 24, 12 3s are 36. Clear? So with this we have completed exercise 2 and 3 both students. I hope each and every topic, each and every question is clear to you, and practice the rest of the questions. Okay, and then in the next video we are going to start exercise 4, where again you are going to do comparison only, but there the comparison will be with unlike fractions, for unlike fractions. And one more important thing, for comparison between unlike fractions or for arranging unlike fractions to ascending or descending order, we are going to use LCM, lowest common multiple. Okay, so if LCM is clear to you, then it's very fine. Otherwise, check out the previous videos where I have explained you the LCM. Learn LCM, then only you will be able to solve our next exercise. That's all for today. Thank you.